From the Millersville University Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Kyle Elliott here with the medium range forecast and video discussion issued on Monday, July 1st. Well, the medium range forecast period does cover the July 4th holiday and the coinciding holiday weekend. And unfortunately, these pleasantly warm conditions with low humidity, well, they're not going to be sticking around for the July 4th weekend and the holiday itself. In fact, as we take a look at the GFS model for 2 p.m. on Thursday, July 4th, well, you'll notice that this persistent south to southwesterly flow is going to be continuing to draw hotter and more humid air back into the lower Susquehanna Valley. In fact, by Thursday afternoon, I expect dew points to be back in the mid to upper 60s and temperatures to be back around or even slightly above the 90-degree mark. Now, the setup for the medium range period is going to be quite common of early July. There's going to be this large upper level jet stream ridge or heat dome over the southern United States and this deep trough coming into the northern states and the Great Lakes region late this week into the following weekend. Now, in between the two, along the northern periphery of that jet stream ridge, what you're going to have these embedded smaller disturbances moving eastward from the Midwest into the Ohio Valley and the Mid-Atlantic states. Now, it's going to be difficult to time each one of these disturbances more than 24 to 48 hours in advance. But again, this is a typical summertime pattern where we're going to be seeing the chance for isolated scattered showers and thunderstorms primarily in the afternoon and the evening hours. So again, there could be some isolated to scattered showers and thunderstorms around later Thursday afternoon and evening, and those could threaten some July 4th fireworks celebrations. So I'll have more details tomorrow and on Wednesday, but just understand that that chance is present right now. So the European model is also in good agreement with the GFS model, showing the same large-scale setup over the United States. As we move then into Friday, well, the GFS suggests that one disturbance impacts the region later Thursday into Thursday night, and then conditions dry out on Friday. But you'll also notice that there's another one of these disturbances moving into the Ohio Valley by Friday afternoon. So that would suggest another round of showers and storms impact southeastern PA and northern Maryland on Friday night. The Euro shows something rather similar. That first disturbance clears out of the region by Friday morning, but the threat for showers and thunderstorms then return Friday evening into Friday night. But Friday's still another hot and humid day with this persistent south to southwesterly flow on the backside of this high pressure system over the western Atlantic. So it's going to be very warm and muggy at night starting Thursday night with lows around or slightly above 70, and that's going to run right through Saturday night and Sunday with lows generally in the low 70s and highs in the upper 80s to mid 90s, depending on how much sunshine we see each afternoon. Now, you'll notice on Friday that there is this weak cold front moving eastward from the Midwest into the Ohio Valley. That may push into the Central Appalachians and the Commonwealth by Saturday, but you'll notice there's really not much of a change in the air mass on either side of this front. You still see these winds behind the front are generally westerly or even west-southwesterly. That front is actually going to die out as it moves eastward into the Central Appalachians and the Mid-Atlantic states. So you can see both the GFS and the European models don't show much shower or thunderstorm activity across eastern PA on Saturday afternoon. I still would allow for an isolated shower or storm across the region, but I wouldn't cancel any outdoor plans from Thursday through the end of the holiday weekend. Just understand that you may have to move them inside for a brief period of time each afternoon or evening. As we take a look at the GFS and the European models for Sunday, well, that front essentially just dies out right along the eastern seaboard. And we have a continuation of those hot and humid conditions again, like I already mentioned. But with that front to our south and east on Sunday, Sunday may actually turn out to be a dry and mostly sunny day with slightly lower humidity. Dew points on Friday and Saturday will likely be in the 70s, and they may peel back into the mid to upper 60s on Sunday afternoon. But highs will still generally be in the low 90s. So, heat indices Friday and Saturday afternoon may very well be between 95 and 100 degrees. So it'll be essential to practice heat safety tips, i.e. drink plenty of non-alcoholic beverages, wear loose-fitting light-colored clothing, and take frequent breaks from the heat in an air-conditioned room or building just to mitigate the chance of contracting heat exhaustion or heat stroke. So that'll be the big story over the holiday weekend, along with those daily chances of isolated scattered showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon and the evening hours. Again, like I mentioned already, quite typical for summertime in early July. So taking a look at the medium range forecast period, clouds and sun, hot and humid on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, with an isolated T-storm Thursday afternoon, a chance of showers and thunderstorms Friday afternoon into Friday night, and still an isolated shower or T-storm around on Saturday. Highs again both days, or all 3 days, will be in the upper 80s to the mid 90s, depending on how much sunshine we seen, and whether or not your area is impacted by a shower or storm earlier rather than later in the day. And on Sunday, mostly sunny and still hot, but not quite as humid, with highs again in the low 90s. Well, that'll do it for this edition of the medium range forecast period. Tune back in next Monday for the latest edition. Until then, stay cool and dry out there this holiday weekend, and happy 4th of July.